What a way to start a Sunday, watching your team dominate once again. Barcelona defeat Girona 4-1 at Montjuic in a game that for parts of it was an ass clencher, but for the most part, it was another comfortable win as the scoreline reflects. What can we even say about this team under Hansi Flick that hasn't been said already? Undefeated in 2025. This team has yet to lose a game this calendar year, and we're in April already. We're almost in April. That's actually insane. That's not normal. And again, every performance is dominant. And Girona, granted, they are not the team that they were last year. Not even close. They're sitting in 13th place. This team really fell off, but they're still really well coached. And they're a team that can be dangerous at times, as we saw today in this game. But Barca, I mean, it's comfortable, man. It is comfortable, and I'm so happy that they got the win. Because, again, for parts, it was an ass clencher. But throughout the whole game, Barca were the more dominant team. There was a spurt after Girona scored that goal where they looked kind of dangerous. But, again, Barca were the team dominating this game. Girona, for most of it, couldn't get out of their own half. Barca had by far and away more possession, 70% possession. And yeah, man, it was amazing. The first half, like I said, Barca were dominating, creating chances. But Girona's keeper, man, he was moving like Prime Neuer out there. He kept making big save after big save. He made a save on Lewandowski, made a save on Araujo from a corner, just kept making all these insane saves. But again, Barca were creating chances, and the chances were clear chances. And it was starting to worry me because we've seen Barca, not just this year under Flick, but also last year under Xavi, create chances and they can't finish, and it comes back to bite them in the ass. But this team, like I've said throughout the whole year, it's different. The trends of Barca teams from the past don't apply to this team because, again, this team is it has a different aura about it. And I know that sounds like aura is a corny word to use nowadays, but it's true, man. It's true. Like when I watch this team, I have a different level of confidence to any Barca team that I've had over the past, over 5 years, honestly. And yeah, I mean, like I said, Girona's keeper was doing everything possible to keep the scoreline 0-0, but Barca were not going to let that happen. Right before halftime, Lamine Yamal scores. I mean, he shoots the free kick. It takes a deflection off the Girona player and it goes into the back of the net. Up until that point, it was fully deserved. Barca deserved to go into halftime up 1-0. There was also that whole chance, that whole thing, where Fermin, he fell and it was like in the box, out of the box, and they ended up not giving it as a penalty after reviewing it on VAR. In my opinion, I think the ref made the right call there because I didn't think that was a foul. I just did not. I think Fermin kind of dove there. I think that was not a clear-cut penalty, and it wasn't even a clear-cut foul. So I'm not really mad at the ref for not giving that. What I am mad about, and I hate to talk about this because it's like talking about your two kids, even though this sounds weird because they're not my kids, but I'm trying to put it into perspective because I love these guys so much. But Yangel Herrera completely fucking trucks Lamine Yamal from behind. And if you guys obviously know me, you know I'm from Venezuela. Yangel Herrera's from Venezuela. I love him as a player, one of my favorite players in the world. And, you know, I don't like saying that it should have been a pen, but it should have been a pen. Because Lamine Yamal gets literally trucked. He literally gets trucked by Yangel Herrera. That to me should have been a pen. And the fact that the ref didn't even look at that, it was kind of weird. But again, whatever. Barca got the 1-0 and they went into halftime with the deserved lead. And then in the second half, I mean, again, we started off the second half fairly well, but then Girona got that goal. And look, here's what I'll say. Araujo makes a wrong pass there. I mean, it's not a great pass. Lewa could be doing better sealing off his man, but I'm not going to blame Lewa for that because Araujo's the one that makes the pass. And then obviously at least the Juma goal, Araujo also keeps him onside. It wasn't the best sequence from runner Araujo, but here's what I'll say. People are so quick, and it's so funny to me. People are so quick to shit on Ronald Araujo. But in my opinion, overall, he had a good game. And also, I like seeing him try those passes. Everybody talks about how Araujo is not good at playing with his feet, which is true. But I like seeing him try that. I want to see him try those passes because those are passes that you're going to have to make. If you want to become elite at playing out from the back, it's going to take trial and error. And again, am I happy that he made that mistake? No. But again, I like seeing him try new stuff. In my opinion, at least. Again, people might think I'm being crazy there, but I don't think it was just this terrible play by Araujo. It wasn't just like an awful pass. Lewa, I mean, if he actually comes to that ball a little bit more, I think he can seal off his men better. And also, I think Lewa kind of gets fouled there. But again, I'm not going to talk about that because the ref doesn't give it as a foul. But my point is, Araujo's going to get the shit for that. But I think Lewa could be doing better there as well. And overall, I like seeing him try that because I want to see him be more brave playing out from the back. I don't want to see Araujo always doing a side pass or a back pass. Because again, you're a center back, you got to play it forward, man. Play it forward. And again, it wasn't the best pass forward, but he does it, and you know we'll move on with it. But then after that, after Girona got that goal, like I mentioned earlier, they were kind of playing well. They were starting to create chances, and that's when I started clenching my ass a little bit because like I said, this team is really well coached. And when they get into the groove, they can still be dangerous to have some good players there. But Barca, man, they did not allow that to happen. And then the goal comes from Robert Lewandowski. What a beautiful finish. Lewa, who missed a clear chance earlier in the game where Lamine Yamal made an insane play. Lamine took on like the whole team, played it to Lewa, and Lewa was saved by the keeper. But this time around, man, it's funny with Lewa, man. Like I've said multiple times, he misses the easy ones, but he scores the tough goals. And that was a tough finish, bro. I don't know how he tracks that ball in the air. I don't know how the fuck he finds a way to put that ball in the back of the net, but he does it. And a great header from Fermin Lopez, who is not the tallest guy, but he jumped like a salmon, bro. He like salmon leaped, heads it back into the middle of the box, and Leo was right there to tuck it away. And at that point, it was 2-1, and Barca started to seem a lot more comfortable in the game. And that goal came at the perfect time because, again, Girona were starting to put on the pressure, and Barca were, like as a Barca fan, I was starting to get nervous. But that goal, man, gave me so much, it made me so calm because after Barca scored that goal, I knew there was very little chance Girona were going to come back and tie or even win the game. So I was super happy that Lewa got that goal again. I've been critical of him, and I think rightfully so because I think for the most part this year he hasn't been the best. But pre-international break, he saves us with that goal against Atletico Madrid. And then today, with that finish to give us the lead. And he scored a second goal, which was, I mean, that goal, again, and if you notice that goal, what do you notice from that goal from Frankie de Jong? From that goal from Lewa? First of all, the plays, obviously, we're going to talk about Frankie in that play, but who makes that pass to Frankie de Jong? Again, a risky pass like he made to Lewandowski, but Araujo makes that same pass that he made to Lewa to Frankie de Jong. Frankie actually gets rid of the press because he's so good at that, and he carries the ball forward, and that is where Frankie de Jong is at his best. You know, he has his back to goal, he receives it, he turns, and then just carries the ball forward. That is literally the Frankie de Jong special. What a beautiful play from him. And then obviously, he makes the perfect pass to Lewandowski. I thought Lewa at first took too many touches, but then he cuts back on his right foot and rifles it into the back of the net, into the far post. And a wonderful goal from Robert Lewandowski, who got his brace today. And yeah, man, this guy, he's just scoring goals for fun. I think that's 38 goals in all comps. Still the Pichichi of La Liga. Mbappe yesterday scored a brace, of course. But Lewandowski was like, nope, you're not going to take my Pichichi away. I'm going to score 2 today. And at that point, when it was 3-1, it was just, it was over. And then Ferran Torres got a 4th goal because, I mean, like, this is so amazing. Frankie de Jong comes on and he makes an impact. Ferran Torres comes on and he scores a goal. Like Frankie with an assist, Ferran with a goal. Flick subs always make an impact. This guy's so good. He's like Nostradamus, man. He could see the future. This guy can see that. Is that who Nostradamus is the guy that can see the future, right? Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie. But anyway, he's like that guy who can see the future. This dude can literally see the future. He always knows what subs to make. He always knows exactly what to do. And I think he's honestly, like, his ability to read a game and know what the team needs. He's one of the best I've ever seen at it. Honestly, as a manager, I've never seen a lot of managers be better at this than Hansi Flick. He's one of the best that I've seen. So again, that was the 2 great subs, and then of course Ferran with the goal, a pass from Gerard Martin, a really, really strong ball, but a really, really good ball from Gerard Martin into the middle of the box. Ferran takes kind of a heavy touch, but he still controls it. And then that goal was crazy, bro. Like in one motion, he takes the touch and then he finishes it into the far post. And yeah, Barca could have scored 4 or 5. They could have scored 6 or 7 in this game because towards the end of the game, Lamine Yamal missed a chance where the keeper made a great save. Balde missed a chance where the keeper made a great save. So I think again, it was another dominant display from Barcelona, who again have by far and away the best goal difference in La Liga. It's funny, I watched this Barca team and I think back to 2011-2012 Real Madrid. That's probably the best team I've ever seen in La Liga. Like, in one season, that team was insane. They had an 89 goal difference. And at that point, they broke the record for most points in a La Liga season in a single one with 100 points. A team with Jose Mourinho, where Ronaldo scored 46 goals in the La Liga campaign. That team was an offensive juggernaut. This team, I don't think they're gonna have quite the goal difference that Madrid team had, because again, an 89 goal difference is fucking insane. But they're in that like sphere of best attacking teams I've ever seen in La Liga, because 54 goal difference. The next closest team is Madrid with 33. I'm pretty sure they have 20. Like they're ahead by 20 in the goal difference. It's crazy. But yeah, man, talking about the players, I thought Szczesny, again, undefeated in between the posts for Barca when he starts, and the guy just continues to be really, really good. I don't think he had much to do today because he didn't create many chances. For that goal, I don't really think he can do much. It's just a great finish from Danjuma, but I think Szczesny was fantastic today. The back four, I thought, Koundé, I thought Koundé looked tired, but I think he had a good game. He was making good runs forward and helping out Lamine Yamal, overlapping and just being good going forward. And him and Lamine Yamal have that great connection on that right-hand side. So I thought Koundé, again, I wish he could get more rest because this guy plays too much football, but we don't really have a valuable option as a backup right back. Hence why it's so important that we sign a position. Hence why it's so important that we fill that position in the summer. But again, Kunda to me was great. Inigo continues to be fantastic, made so many last-ditch tackles, so many interceptions. The guy is a machine. Araujo, people are going to shit on him for that goal. I've already given my opinion. I like seeing him try that. And I think for the most part, he was actually really, really good. Again, he's not very comfortable with the high line yet. As we saw, obviously, he couldn't keep that high line when the goal happened. He's not the best at playing with his feet, but the guy's a great defender. And, you know, that's the number one job of a center back is to defend. So, again, people might think I'm overprotecting Araujo. He is one of my favorite players on this team, I'll admit it. But I think for the most part, apart from that mistake for the goal that led to the goal, I think he was really, really good. Gerard Martin had an assist, and honestly, man, I thought he had a really, really good game. I honestly thought he had a really, really good game. I think he continues to improve, and I thought today he was class. The midfield, Pedri, I mean, fantastic. What can you even say about Pedri, bro? He had a play in that first half where he tracked back and won the ball. His ability to tackle is so underrated, and his work off the ball is so underrated. People talk about him being this like kind of finesse player. Pedri's a fucking workhorse, man. That guy works, man. He works so hard on the pitch, and you know, on and off the ball. So, like, what adjective can I use to describe Pedri that hasn't already been used? Then we had Eric Garcia next to him, and I thought Eric actually had a really, really good game. I like him better as a CDM than a center back. I thought he played really well today, and I thought he was making a lot of good tackles. I thought he was making, I thought he was playing good balls and behind. I just thought his reading of the game was amazing today, and I think for the most part, he had a really, really solid showing as a CDM, which again, is not his natural position, but I think he played well. He also hit the post. He had a shot where he hit the post. Honestly, could have been a goal, would have been a great goal by him, but again, it hit the post. The front line, Gavi, I thought had a really good game. I thought he had a really, really good game, was involved for that second Lewandowski goal. Fermin, first half was amazing, was working, man. He was tracking back, winning the ball. He was involved in basically in the last phase of play, in the final third. He was involved in basically every action Barca had because he was so involved in the game. And I thought Fermin overall had a great showing. A guy who's been kind of he's gone under the radar this season. We all thought coming into the year Fermin was going to be like this fucking gem that Barca had because of his showing last season under Xavi and his performances at the Olympics. We all thought he was going to come into the season and maybe fight for a starting spot. It hasn't quite been that. He hasn't been that great as he was last season, but he continues to improve and show that, man, when you need him to come up to come into the game and have an impact, he can do that. So I was super proud of Fermin in the way that he played, and again, got his assist. Lamine Yamal, just an insane player, man. He didn't get a goal today, but hit the crossbar towards the end. Could have had a goal in the first half. I mean, once this guy gets his end product down, it's already over for football, like even with him not having that down, but it's going to be even more over because the guy is honestly insane. And again, today I'm so pissed he couldn't get a goal, but he was involved in basically every chance Barca had going forward, and he was amazing. And lastly, we got to talk about Robert Lewandowski, who again, got a brace today, missed a chance in the first half, and maybe had a little bit of a fault for that Araujo, in that play between him and Araujo where the goal happens, the Girona goal happens. You could put some of that blame on Lewandowski for not sealing off his man, but again, I'm not really going to blame him too much for that. But for the most part, again, you score 2 goals, you basically you give Barca the lead. And I just think he had a great game. And again, I've been critical of Lewa, but I'm not afraid to give him credit because, look, here's the thing. Some people care more about their takes being right than their team winning. I'm not that type of person. I'm not sitting here hate watching my own team and hate watching a player because I want my opinion to be right, because that to me is fucking stupid. I support this team, and the players that play for this team I will always support. So when Lewandowski has a great game, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to be the first one to say he had a great game, and he saved us today. The same way I said it after the Atletico Madrid game where he scored that goal that helped us get back into that game. So I'm not sitting here hoping Lewandowski underperforms because I want to be right, and I want to sit here and gloat and bang my chest and look at me, I'm so good at analyzing football players. No, I'm not like that. So I just want to get that out of the way because I feel like people sometimes feel that I'm that way with Lewandowski, but I'm really not. But sometimes I can be unfair to some people when I talk about him, but I think today he was class. And yeah, Ferran comes off the bench, scores a goal. Frankie comes off the bench and immediately makes an impact and obviously gets the assist off a beautiful play. And just overall, man, just a great way to start a Sunday. I could not be happier with the way that this team is playing. Obviously now 66 points in La Liga, Real Madrid have 63. That El Clásico in May is going to be a huge game. Of course, we got a long ways to go till then, but on Wednesday, it's the Copa del Rey semi-final against Atletico Madrid. And if Barca win that game and they're through to the final, I mean, the trouble watch is already on, but at that point, I'm going to be very confident that Barca can actually win the trouble. I understand that the UCL is still in play in La Liga. You can never count off Madrid. But I have a lot of faith in the Barca team and their ability to do great things this season because they already have. And yeah, still undefeated in 2025, which is insane. Super happy with the performance. And yeah, man, I honestly cannot ask for anything better. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. That's all I got to say. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.